get your phone out because mine might
playing
bing.
Ritual in EastEnders. And it was back to the East End that Ross Kemp returned today. This time, however, to try and persuade businesses to vote Labour, as Sarah Harris reports.
Actor and documentary maker Ross Kemp arrives back in his hometown of Ilford to support the Labour Party. He's surrounded by volunteers backing their local candidate, but he's about to face some tough questions from local business people. Tilak Patel set up his news agency 2 years ago and has been struggling to keep things going. He believes a vote for the Labour Party would be a mistake.
I think the people who are willing to take the zero-hour contracts are happy to take them in the first place and not forced to take them.
I think they've just been used to manipulate employment figures by the government that was in power up until this election, and I'm totally against it.
And when things are so close, and then you hear business people saying, well, you know, the Tories have just got things straight with the economy, and if Labour get...
I don't think the Tories have got things straight with the economy. The global economy adjusted itself back, and that was again down to the banks.
We've got some quite poor people that live here.
Yeah. And you don't think they've been looked after?
There were plenty of business people who agreed with Ross on policy and applauded Labour's plans to cut business rates. But Naomi Green is not yet convinced. She only started her cards and gifts business in January.
Hello, Ross, how are you?
I know, I've seen it on television.
Have you really?
Yeah.
She believes balancing the book should be as much of a concern for a future government as it is for her, and she has concerns about Labour.
I think there's excessive spending.
Oh my God, we're both there.
For governments, there's been, underspending for businesses and support for businesses, and that's what really worries me, I think.
You can't blame Labour's spending on economic global turn.
How bad is that? Oh, look,
Over-borrowing by banks.
Labour's hoping some of this popularity will persuade voters still sceptical about their record on business.
Smile.
Sarah Harris, BBC London News, Ilford.
Meanwhile, can a